Hello, darling, and welcome in. So, what are you interested in buying today? A cowboy hat? How exciting! Is there an occasion, or we just need to get one? A concert? And just to have one? Yeah, makes total sense. So do you want me to just give you a little tour of, yeah, great. So I'll give you all the very classic styles of cowboy hat and cowgirl hats. Same difference, most of all these styles come in unisex, or we can get a more women version, a more man version, whatever you are feeling. And some of these will be more high-end. You can kind of just tell me your budget. I'll just go ahead and show you everything. So keep in mind the high-end ones are going to last you forever if you preserve them very well. They can be passed down. But if you are more on a budget, that is totally fine. The dupes will work great and probably no one will know. So, and then after I show you all the different styles, I will measure your head so we get you the perfect size. How does that sound? Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to start with just some of the most famous ones that I know of after being in the country culture for a bit. So the first one on my list here is a Stetson. There are lots of songs about Stetsons. Just a very popular kind of hat. So this is one of our Stetsons. This is going to be a very light material. It's not straw, but it's not felt. It's kind of this like hard plasticky type feel material, but very good quality. And as you can see, this is like a tan one. You've got the little belts going across, and then some detail work in the holes at the top there. And for the fellas, this is a white one. As you can see, the white band, but just such a classic cowboy style hat. Very large, like extends out. It's got that classic shape to it. And here's a black one, and this one you can kind of see the downward angle a bit more and the indentations there. Stetsons are going to range from about 160 to 360, and even some really nice like collectors ones can go up to 1,300. So that's a Stetson. So next we have the George Strait style hat, of course inspired by the very own George Strait. And this hat, we can see he's got black band there. And as I'm looking at the difference, I would say the Stetsons are going out a little more. They're a bit wider. These ones come up a little sooner. And then this is the style, I would say it maybe goes up a little higher. And you've got the similar divots though. But once again, this is a very classic western kind of old country style hat. And here's one in black, and you can get a customized little buckle on the side if you like that one. And those are going to range from around 170 to 360. And of course, I'm sure there's even higher end ones. But that's the general range of the George Strait hat. So next we have Cody Johnson. That's another big one, or also called the Kojo hat. So this is inspired by Mr. Cody Johnson here. And here's the hat. I would say this gives a little more of an understated look, like not so western, a little more modern like Kojo is. And this is one I see a lot for his. Again, that kind of plasticky hard material we saw on that first Stetson. And we got this whole patchwork design, and then the dark brown band, a little blue bead on the side there as well. But this is a Kojo hat. And those ones are going to be a little bit more affordable. It's still like a designer like hat, but I have one in stock actually that's only $39.99, but typically they go from around $69.99 to $289 depending on the style, the variety that you get. So I'm just going to talk to you a little more about styles, and then I'll get into some cowgirl styles specifically. So here's some cowboy hat styles, and this is from calisters.com. So we got the cattleman here. It's the most common hat style and has 3 parallel creases with a slightly curved brim. The tall, narrow crown lets the cowboy pull the hat down further to stay on in the wind and the rain. So I don't know if you need your cowboy hat to be functional, but if you do, of course it'll be functional, but you know, I don't know if you're out ranching with it or nothing. But then we have the cutter. The cutter is a modified cattleman crease. The bumps on the side of the head give the wearer more headroom. So if you can see the difference there, we got a little bit more of a crease. Then we have the ridge top. The ridge top style is similar to the cattleman and cutter styles, but is taller and has more severe creases and pronounced ridges on the crown. Then we have the Dakota. It has a wide rectangle crease on the top of the crown. It is preferred by many bull riders. He's a $1 million bull rider. Then we have the Mountie. The Mountie or Montana style has 4 creases, 1, 2, 3, 4, that radiate from the center of the crown and can have a flat or curved brim. So again, the Mountie, the Dakota, the ridge top, the cutter, and the cattleman so far. Going down, we got the Gus. The crown of the Gus style has a steep slope toward the front and 3 creases. The high crown traps in the hot air to keep the head warm on cold nights. Old West cowboys would grab the narrow part of the crown to bow to ladies. So that's the Gus. We got the pinch front, as you can see there. The pinch front style accentuates a narrow jawline and makes the face look thinner. It is favored by many women. The diamond style is similar to the pinch front, but it is also pinched in the back, creating a diamond shape on the top. John Wayne's favorite hat was this style. Then we got the Boss of the Plains, also called an open crease. The style has a crown without any creases. Historically, all cowboy hats started out open, and the cowboys shaped them to their preference as they wore them. Then finally, we have the telescope or gambler. The telescope came from the Mexican cowboys working in the Southwest. The low crown prevents hot air from accumulating, and the wide brim protects from the sun. The crown can be either pointed or round. Okay. So those are some cowboy hat styles. And then just a little bit about the anatomy that I've been talking about. The anatomy of a cowboy hat. We've got the band that I was talking about. We got the brim. There's a dip, usually. The break where this band rests. The roll in the back. We got the crown, the bash, and the dent. You've got the sweatband. You've got the underbrim, and you've got the label. And here's some more to look at. Here's a cattleman example, a brick example, a gambler, the pinched front, the derby, the Gus, the Amish, the Tom Mix, and the open crown. So just take a look at that. And we can look at brim size. So short brims will be like 5 centimeters to 6.5. Medium brims 7 centimeters to 9 centimeters, and wide brims 9.5 centimeters plus. The brim edge can be raw, so that original material edge. It can be cutted, clean and sharp, or a gross grain stitch with binding. So this one is raw, I believe, clean and sharp, and gross grain. Alright, so let's look at some on more women, because that was a lot of cowboy stuff. So this one here is called a stampede hat. As you can see, the brims really come up, and you can get some really nice designs on the side of a stampede. And I love this buckle here in the front, and we've got this kind of pinched front here as well. But I just love the jewelry she has with it. She's got these turquoise cross earrings, a turquoise bracelet, these layered necklaces. Just looks so gorgeous. Now, I wasn't quite sure the brand of this one, but you can really get a fun, unique style. Like maybe you're going to Coachella, you're going to, what's that one? Maybe going to Coachella, Stagecoach, you really want a statement. I thought this was so cool. It's got these pearls hanging from it. Actually, they might be diamonds. They look like diamonds, actually, like rhinestones hanging from the hat. And you've got the black cowboy hat with this gorgeous lace top in the gold. And then this is a common one I see a lot at concerts in the summertime. When you want a nice breathable hat, you can get this straw one with a lot of hole work in it, and then a band across the top, turquoise, like that other girl was wearing, very popular with women cowgirls. And I would recommend straw for the summer and felt for the winter if you want kind of seasonal specific hats. And then that plastic hard material I was talking about is good for either or for summer as well. But yeah, and she's got this tied up shirt, just really cute outfit with the hat. All right, so did any of those styles speak to you? You want to think a minute? Okay, you like George Strait, the Stampede one, try Classic Cattleman. Alright, perfect. And also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I can also get you dupes as well. So if you don't want to pay full price, you want to kind of just try it out, I am the queen of dupes, so I can get you some dupes as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and measure your head. And then I actually want to show you one dupe I got, if that's cool, like a real one. Okay, perfect. Alright, so first I'm just gonna take this and just kind of measure the face a little bit and how far I think the brim should go. Okay. Okay, just gonna kind of take this around your head. Okay. And I'm gonna actually use this ribbon to measure your circumference of the head. So I'm just gonna wrap this around. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it a little and tell me when it's too tight, okay? Okay, that's good. Alright. Now let me just measure that. Okay, let me write that down. Okay. And just gonna look at the sides of your head really quickly. Okay, and let me look here. Yeah, now if you're gonna invest in a hat, we want it to fit absolutely perfectly. And I'm just gonna do some little quick measurements right here. Alright, and about how high do you think you want the brim? Like, I know in the George Strait line it goes pretty high. Okay, let me just kind of measure it out a little bit. Like, what do you think? Something like this, a little less. Okay. Alright, and then let me just wrap around one last time just to double check, okay? Yeah, I'll go ahead and show you the size chart just so you know. So hat sizes start at a 6 3/8 and go up to an 8. So the largest hat size we typically see is a 25.5-inch head, and the lowest is typically like a 20 1/4 inch. So I had you at 22, so maybe we'll look at about like 7, 6 7/8, 6 3/4, something like that. Okay, perfect. All right, now yeah, my assistant here is going to go back and look at some hats for you, and then in the meantime I want to open up this dupe I got and see if it's a good one. So I got this shipment in from Amazon, as you can see. And I'll show you the brand if you like it. And I'll show you some of the styles as well. Yeah, it comes in this nice big box to not crush it. I'm so excited, y'all. This is my first, like, for real cowboy hat, because I just have, like, a little party one. I don't know if it got a little bent or not. Let me see. So I'm going to take this off. And I'll show you what I ordered, and then we can compare it to what I got. So it is this Fluffy Sense is the brand. Cowboy hat for women and men. Straw cattleman crease western hats. So it's that cattleman style I showed you. This is the color I got, called light brown. So as you can see, we've got the dark kind of fringes, but predominantly light brown. They also had plain black with these stars. And this one had a little like stampede cattle on it, which I love. Then there was this dark brown. darker brown with, again, the kind of almost black, dark brown fringe. This is called Vanilla White, which I thought this was interesting. Like, I feel like that could be real cute. Or this is White White with the brown fringe as well. And they're all $39.99. And the sizing, I think I just got the normal one. It comes medium to large. So it's like a 6.9 to 7.3 hat size. I just want to look at it though, because so yeah, it's got the adjustable sweatband, longhorn leather belt, stylish retro crown, shapeable wide brim. And these were some of the pictures, and it got 4.5 stars. So let's try it. So it looks just like the picture. The only thing is, I don't know if this back got bent a little or if it's supposed to be like that. Do you see what I mean? This is the cow. What they call it? The Stampede. Longhorn leather belt. It's a longhorn. But yeah, I like the very classic Western cattleman style. I looked up George Strait dupes and this came up, so I think it does kind of give George Strait. I like how the sides come up like this. So let's try it on. Y'all, this is who I am. I'm not even kidding. That is so cute. But that is so cute. I love it. I finally got my cowboy hat. But I'm so excited to wear this. This is so relaxing. So yeah, now for a div, I'm very happy with this. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and that you enjoyed the hat you end up picking out. Alright, bye.